So I'm Becca, and today I'm going to talk about the word life. As Christians, that's something we hear all the time. We talk about physical life, we talk about spiritual life, we even talk about speaking life. Ultimately, we strive to die to ourselves and to live in Christ. It's a common word for us, a common concept, because it's so important. And today we're going to look at that word once again. If you have your Bibles, turn with me to John 11:25 through 26. This happens in the same story that Blake was talking about earlier. Right before Lazarus is raised to life, Jesus says these words to Martha. Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?" So life, whether physical or spiritual, belongs from God, comes from God. I want to take a moment to look back at the Old Testament's view of life. In Genesis, obviously God gives life. He breathes life into Adam. But then sin enters the world, and that life is cut off, both in the physical sense and in the spiritual. But God continues to offer life to us, first through his covenant, through his promises, through his law. In Deuteronomy 30, after the covenant has been renewed with Israel, it says in verse 15 and 16, "See, I have set before you today life and prosperity, death and destruction. For I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in his ways and to keep his commands, decrees, and laws. Then you will live and increase, and the Lord your God will bless you." Then in Psalms 49, David says, "No man can redeem the life of another or give to God a ransom for him. The ransom for a life is costly. No payment is ever enough. But God will redeem my life from the grave. He will surely take me to himself." So Jesus came to fulfill the law. In Matthew 5:17 he says, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them." Jesus came to fulfill life. He came as life, as resurrection. And now we have the opportunity for that life to live in us. In 2 Corinthians 4:10 through 12 it says, "We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. For we who are alive are always being given over to death for Jesus' sake, but his life may be revealed in our mortal body. So then death is at work in us, but life is at work in you." We have both the death and life of Jesus living in us to show the world. And I just want to leave with my main thought for today is that to live in such a way that your life shows Jesus' death and life, and so that your life is an answer to Jesus' question to Martha. Do you believe that I'm the life and the resurrection? So my challenge is for your answer to be yes.
All right.